Did y'all miss me? Alright. What's good, everybody? What's happening? What it is? What it type shit. Alright, anyway. Put that little bit on. Anyway. Okay, so this your boy Bruce Leroi once again. I'm not gonna make no excuses. Yeah, there's been some times where this is one thing I hate about my goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? I can have a period 4 or 5 days in a row where I'm goddamn getting up at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:30, I'm ready to go. Then it be some times my body, it be 7:30. My body like, no, sit your motherfucking ass. But I wouldn't get, no, sit your ass down. And then I end up sleeping to fucking damn near 10 o'clock on 2 consecutive days. And it fucked up my whole time and how I was going to plan everything and all that. So I'm not going to make no excuses. I think in the future, I need to do better. I don't think I need to do better. I do need it. I actually know I need to do better. I'm not going to sit up here and load y'all with a bunch of excuses about why we didn't stream on Saturday or Sunday. It's not in. Like, yeah, I think part of it was like my body was beating my ass, and the other part is I don't want to make no excuses. It's just about I'm at the point in time in my life where we either we put up or shut up, and I'm gonna have to do more putting up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Alright, man. So this is your boy Bruce Leroi. Follow me on this Twitch. I'm Bruce Leroi BIH. Follow me on TikTok. It's Bruce Leroi BIH. Follow me on Twitch. I'm Bruce Leroi BIH. Follow me on TikTok. It's Bruce Leroi BIH. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at iambruceleroi. I wanted to make sure I got that right because I was like, I was all over the place. Alright, so we're not going to play the piano today. Why is that? Because one, if I do, somehow, some way, we're going to be behind the other news we got to talk about. And realistically, to jump into a new video is just like doesn't really make sense because I got a bunch of shit I got to go, not review, but I have a bunch of other things as far as, what the fuck was I trying to say? Yeah, so when it comes to the piano, and anyway, let me get serious for a moment. For a moment. Let me I can fucking speak English for a minute. Okay, so let me get my shit together. Okay, so as far as piano is concerned, I would have it. If I go and I review all of the shit that I've learned so far, that's going to take me about 15, 20 minutes. And then you add into another video that I might not get down past another 30 minutes. We don't really have time because I had to work later on today. So we don't really have time like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just get the news that I missed out the way. Some of it's going to start off on my phone. So this is the plan for today. We got to catch up on Eagles training camp news. Then there's a few things that I saved up on TikTok that I want to have a discussion about, okay? So I guess whatever comes first. By the way, I want to get this first shit out the way. So EDP, who really should be locked away in a fucking jail cell somewhere, he is free. I don't know how. Like they're going. My fault. My bad. Tweak like a motherfucker. Okay, so obviously for those that don't know, my speaker broke, so I'm gonna have to do this shit like the kind of like the dumbass way. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all listen. Y'all can search it up, but I'm gonna let you listen to this fucking moron, and then I'm gonna give my take on it after. So this what this moron did, his own fucking Netflix documentary, as if anybody wanted that. Like, I'll save my thoughts for after the fucking video. I just want y'all to hear this.
And again, I have it right here. I know the answer, but I just need you to tell me the answer. How old is she? 13. 13, okay. And before we get into the messages, there was sexual content involved, yes or no? Right. And you said...
The fuck am I looking at?
Okay, alright. Again, so what brings you out here today? Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake. This is the story of EDP 445.
Like, he went to...
Real quick, this motherfucker made a Michael Bay intro for him being a fucking PDF. This how much of a clown this nigga is. I'm gonna try to table my thoughts. I'm gonna let y'all just hear the bullshit, okay?
That place to have sex with a 13-year-old.
Definitely viewer discretion is advised. You know, dude's a perverted dude.
EDP soliciting sex from who he thinks is an underage kid.
He sent me videos of him masturbating.
I would say EDP EDP is completely innocent.
This nigga's fucking.
So what advice would I give to EDP 445? You need to stop doing this documentary.
Fucking a bitch's innocence away, you know?
What the fuck? Hey, yo, I did not see this coming. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. This motherfucker's goofy. Hold on.
Why do you think he wanted to have sex with?
And this motherfucker's up here growling. Like, you know how on Thursday Night Football and shit, they show the intros with the football players, or like, let's just say they got like, you know how when the team rosters, the 53-man roster is completed in every single team, it don't matter for what sport. I know for a fact football and basketball do, because I know basketball because I went to Indiana and I saw like the starting lineup when Romeo Langford was down there. So this nigga is doing a fucking Thursday night primetime football ass intro for him being the PDA. This is how much of a fucking clown this nigga is. Nigga up there fucking roaring like he fucking Ray Lewis or Brian Dawkins. This nigga's fucking like, oh my god.
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old is already fucking clear.
The fuck is it's not even funny, but it's just like, it's ridiculous.
He was talking to 13 and 12-year-olds. Fuck all that. None of you fucking faggots can break my ass.
Oh, he's thinking about to get me fucking oh my god.
Bitch.
Alright, enough of this bullshit. Let me tell you something right now. Alright, we gonna get this shit out the way. This motherfucker is I don't know who fumbled the bag more. And I hate to even compare him to him, because what he did not panning out in football has nothing to fucking do with this bullshit this nigga on. So this nigga fumbled a bag. I'm talking about this motherfucker had every opportunity. I mean, this nigga, I'm saying right now, this content creators right now, guys like Philly 500, Simone with Sports actually doing bigger things, because she's like, I think she works for ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I don't know to what extent, but she's actually a credentialed like sideline reporter or some shit like that for like college basketball games or football games. So she's actually she getting some. So shout out to Simone with Sports. She getting real work. Philly 500. Philly 500, one of the best content creators I've ever come across. He's what makes him good is that he's funny and he's capable of making family-friendly content. Like, you don't have to do a bunch of cursing in his videos to make it entertaining. He's very consistent. My personal favorite is Joey Shakes. Not the most entertaining, but to me, the way his style is, it kind of is like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit. Like, I watched his videos. His videos were good enough. He's consistent, and his style is like, he don't come off like a robot. He not like the most outlandish nigga like myself, for instance. But the way he deliver the content is good in his own way. Like, he don't do no extra shit. Like, it's like he'll put his opinion in every now and then. And they also he know what the fuck he's talking about. It's a lot of Eagles content creators that are just fans. And fans are very, very emotional. You know, 1 minute they're up, next minute they down. 1 minute it's like, this is my favorite play. Next minute it's like, yo, fuck this play. This nigga ain't shit. Trade this motherfucker. Release his ass. Cut his ass to very, like, right after the game type shit. So, if I'm not mistaken, Joey Shakes also played football for real. So, you know, I fuck with him. Shout out to Laura Brunson. He had everybody wearing the Hurt season merch and all that. He's also very good. He also broke the news about AJ. Again, these are rumors. I ain't gonna say none of it's true. You already know what my opinion is. I think some of it might be true, if not all of it. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah. So some of these creators, especially Philly 500 and Lord Brunson, you know, these are guys that have been in this space, and they didn't even get nowhere near half the fucking opportunities that this clown motherfucker got. So instead of this motherfucker looking at his situation and say, you know what? Because I'm going to tell you something. And this might tie into another point that I'm going to make moving forward. But this is the problem I have with a lot of guys, right? A lot of the manosphere shit, they be like, bitches ain't shit. Women ain't shit. And it's like, bro, I ain't going to lie to you. Sometimes, as a nigga, it is your fault. Sometimes you are socially inept. Sometimes you don't know how to read a room. You talk too motherfucking much. You don't know how to keep it player. You trying to give out more than you're getting. So she giving you little to nothing, and you ready to give her the fucking world. Whole time she didn't even ask for this shit. She don't even look like that she even wants the world from your ass. But you give it to her anyway because maybe you have resources. You know, the financial means to do so. Maybe you feel like in your head. And one thing that I don't know how niggas could do, this could never be me. I don't know why niggas could do this. And I'm sorry to whoever it may offend. And if it ends up working out for you, good for you. But I'm still going to stand on what the fuck I'm about to say right now. If a woman tell me she don't like me at first, I'm not spinning the block back. There's so many fucking issues that can stem from trying to be around a woman that don't want your ass. And that's why so many niggas be getting in trouble. So many niggas be getting DV cases, all this other crazy shit, because they trying to be women that had no interest in them in the first place. And then some of them, you know, and I guess it is possible for a woman not to like you at first, then they fall in love with you after kind of getting used to you, whatever, and you kind of, how should I put this? They, you know, you grow on them, so to speak. But realistically, bro, there's nothing good that comes out of being with a woman that generally does not find you attractive off rip. And feel like they got to date you out of obligation, or feel like they just like, okay, let me just try to see how this shit go type shit. Or you leveled up, and then now they want to spin the block. Like there's nothing good that comes out of it. So a lot of niggas be getting in trouble because they try to be with women that don't want their ass. And by the way, inherently, that's not actually a bad thing, okay? Because she gets to make that choice as much as you do, right? It's like nobody's required to be with anybody, right? If she said no, it's a no. You feel what I'm saying? So if she don't like your ass, she don't like you. It's not necessarily a bad thing or a malicious thing from her side, because she's allowed to make that choice. You understand what I'm saying? So I that's not even necessarily a bad thing. But what I am saying is that so many niggas be trying to go after women that don't like them just because of how they look, or you want to go on Instagram and be like, I bagged this girl. Like, yeah, so did 10 other niggas before you. You know what I'm saying? And so will 5 other niggas after you. You just in that moment thinking that, you know, you belong to her. Nah, nigga. You rented her for the time being. It's like Blockbuster, nigga. You gotta get that fucking VHS tape up in about 2 to 3 days. Shout out to Blockbuster. I don't know if they still in business or not, but whatever. But anyway, go back to what I was saying. So many guys, and here's the thing, right? There are some things that's why having a father in your life or having a male role model to be able to talk with you about the birds and the bees, be able to have a conversation with you about how to deal with women, and how to conduct yourself. Because here's the thing, I was told, and I said this before and I'll say it again, I was told at a younger age, I was like, listen, you gotta act like you don't like the woman. What are you talking about? Like, no. You have to act like you don't like her. To me, as a child, they didn't make any fucking sense. I'm like, yo, if I like her, I'll just show it. Like, you know, I'm not going to sit there, like, do all this extra game shit. But then I realized, bro, when you're dealing especially with a woman that's fine as hell, you got to, what the hell's different between you and everybody else? If they sweating her and your ass sweating her, what's the difference? Why the fuck she going to find your ass special? And here's the crazy part, and this is going to maybe rub people the wrong way. I don't care. The woman has to like you more than a man likes the woman. I don't tell you why the fuck that is, but it's just that's how the game goes, and it's honestly it's just better. It's better that way. You know what I mean? Don't ever be with a woman that ain't, you know, ready to give you her world too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just don't even waste your motherfucking time, bro. Don't. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be with a woman that tell me, and so many niggas be doing this too. And I even heard a story about somebody that did this. I'm like, hell no, not me. Like, I would never be with a woman that said, that will go on and to be talking about something. Oh yeah, you know, I didn't really like him at first. Okay, then you won't like me at all, because I won't be spitting the plot. This not motherfucking Fast and Furious 17 or whatever fucking movie they on. I'm not doing all that. I'm not making no goddamn U-turn to the construction site, nigga. Like, it is what it is. I'm not doing none of that. On God, like. So we just gonna have to go our separate ways, or maybe just be friends. We could just be friends, and I'm cool with that. You feel me? But so many guys. And I think sometimes it's due to the lack of male role models. You know, they're not men around to guide other young men. And the ones that doing it, they teach you about bullshit and things that don't matter, like money, cars, fucking a bunch of bitches, having orgies, all that other dumb shit. That's all they preach to young men, is about lust and about material things and about bullshit, about like things that's just not going to make you a better person, things that's not going to make you a man. Like money doesn't make you a man. Fucking your cars, your houses, how many bitches you can fuck every night, like you goddamn prime Will Chamberlain and shit, that's not going to make you a man. None of these things make you a man. None of these things make you a better human being. None of these things matter in the grand scheme of things. And this was being taught to a young man about that this actually matters, and in the grand scheme of things, it don't. If money nice, hell yes. Having a nice car, cool. You know, having a bunch of women that, you know, whatever, but not really. Not really. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'd rather deal with this one annoying ass woman that goddamn get on my motherfucking nerves about everything, try to eat my goddamn food, than to be dealing with a bunch of women that's like, you don't know what type of time they be on. Some of them be trying to goddamn come up with some money and will have no reservation about trying to ruin your life in the process, because they know all she got to do is just say I did something and my fucking life is over with. It don't have to have no validity to it. It don't have to have no proof behind it. Just like, yo, he did it and that's it. And even if I get found not guilty of whatever the case may be, my reputation's already ruined. There's no coming. Like basically, it's like you kind of shit out of luck. It's like, oh well, you collateral damage at that point. You feel what I'm saying? So it's better to have that one woman that goddamn get on your motherfucking nerves. You love her to death, you'll give her the world, but she get on your motherfucking nerves much. Probably it's some things times you probably will get on her motherfucking nerves. It just is what it is. But I'm tired. I'm not gonna start talking. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. Like, so many guys, they just like, they talk too goddamn much. They don't listen, because at the end of the day, I feel like the best way to get a woman is to actually listen to her. You know, so many guys feel like this is like this fucking secret ass, real like complex thing. No, you just talk too goddamn much. You know what I mean? You talk too much and you're also not reading the room. And that's typically what happens when you do talk too much, is that you're not listening and you're not observing. Right? Because there could be red flags, there could also be green flags. And then you kind of will, you know, if you spend more time listening than talking, you'll be able to make better decisions on how to maneuver around things. But if you're ready to just start shooting off at the mouth and just saying anything, and just keep talking over and over and over again, now you're not even showing that you're interested in the person that you're courting. You just want to talk about your goddamn self. So from the outside looking in, and maybe it's not even your intention, you're coming off self-centered. You're making everything about you. Nah, like, bro, like, listen, like ease your way into that. You know, I feel like for the men, I think that give little to no information as possible. As fucked up as it is, just give little to no information as possible. Let her do most of the talking. Like, if she asks you questions, you don't have to lie. But in the same breath, don't sit up there and fucking do all this caterwaul of this shit. Let her do most of the talking. And then, I guess when you can chime in with some response to the questions, maybe you'll just add a tidbit here and there. Just give as much as you're receiving. Does that make sense? And then you kind of just base it, you kind of adjust if necessary. If you feel like talk to this person's a fucking brick wall, that's probably, that's a very high chance you don't need to be with that person. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they go into like a dating scene, or they go try to get to know other people, and they just want to just run a fucking mouth about what they're interested in, about what they do and all that. And it's just like, my nigga, are you doing an interview, or are you dating? Are you trying to court somebody? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the best way to get to know somebody is just really just shutting the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just ask questions, but really just shut the fuck up and listen, and I promise you'll get a lot further than you trying to give her the world and trying to goddamn say every damn thing about your life and show her the family pictures. Like, bro, you barely know her. Like, yo, like, ease your way into it, relax. And then kind of like give as you're giving. Give as much as you're giving. You ain't giving much, then don't give much. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's how it has to be. But I think so many guys, they're so socially inept because there's no father in the house, or if there isn't a father, there isn't a male role model that can help guide them as far as understanding the P's and Q's, the do's and don'ts, you know, how to operate in this world, how to treat women and things of that nature. They're not giving this game. So essentially, you get niggas like EDP, who instead of he's looking all this other spot, because here's the thing, right? And here's another thing too. People do not understand the power of diet and exercise. And when I'm saying this particular bit, I'm not trying to insult nobody, okay? Because you're big and you got some fucking game and you know how, and you confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you got a mouthpiece on you. You feel me? Pause. But if you nice with your words, you have good charisma, you funny, you got a personality, you might can get away with, you know what I mean, being a little big. But if you know you're not really on that type of time, because I gotta keep it a bean. Does EDP at times make me laugh when I was looking at his older content? Yeah, 100%. But he make frat boy. He got frat boy American Pie humor, dog. And what I mean by that is, it's like there's no punchlines or cleverness or wittiness to these jokes. It's just simply like, I'm just gonna say the most vulgar shit that comes to my mind. You know what I mean? It's like motherfuckers. It's like humor for motherfuckers who goddamn put a hole in a beer can with their teeth, or fucking put oranges under their goddamn armpits and try to squeeze them. Like, that's the type of humor that this nigga makes. I'm not saying that there were moments where I laughed at some of his old shit. I did. Okay, some of the shit he did was funny. But in the grand scheme of things, like, bro, that can't be all you got. All you got can't be goddamn motherfucking, what you call it? All you got can't be a curse word, the most vulgar thing. Oh yeah, I got my balls. I didn't accidentally zip my balls. I was bleeding so hard I thought I was on my period. Like, I ain't gonna let this kind of funny. But my thing is this: we don't have to fucking say the most like. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be kind of controversial. I think people should make jokes in professional settings. I think people that are really are serious about comedy and they want to be comedians, I think they should actually make jokes in professional settings. Why do I say that? And what do you mean by that? In school, at your workplace. Why do you do that? Because you're actually working on your material. Because you're in controlled environments. So there's a lot of things that you can't say. You can't say most vulgar shit. So if you funny at work, and you funny in a professional setting, and obviously you can't curse or mention vulgar topics. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to work on your material. You really, like I be making jokes at work. I'm not afraid I make jokes at work, because what I'm doing is I'm challenging myself. And again, this comes from, I curse like a sailor, and I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But I also know that cursing isn't comedy. Yelling isn't comedy. And it's something that a lot of people who just aren't entertaining, they rely heavily on the cursing and the yelling and try to make themselves seem more entertaining than what they are by saying, "What is this fucking bullshit?" And it's just like, it's not funny. After a while, I'll just see, okay, you like to curse and you like to yell. Okay, I'm kind of talking about myself, but I'm not. Like I feel like that I have to offer way more than just that. Does that make sense? So I encourage everybody actually to start making jokes at school and at your workplace. Because now you're challenging yourself. Okay, I can't say certain topics. I can't curse. So now I'm working on my material. Now I'm working on being clever and being quick-witted. You know what I mean? I'm working on my wit. And that's so important in being able to form punchlines. It's kind of like being able to spit bars and rap. It's basically the same thing. That's basically what you're doing. That's what comedy is rapping. You know what I'm saying? Dolomite, way down the jungle deep. The lion stepped on the monkey's feet. He said, "Motherfucker, can't you see?" You know what I mean? But like, yeah, in a way, comedy is rapping. Right? When the best jokesters are ones with the best punchlines. You know what I mean? And that is, like, shout out to Dale Vega. He I don't think he curses at all in his skits, and they're funny as hell. Funny as hell. You know what I mean? So I encourage everybody to actually start making jokes in professional settings. Like, if you're serious about comedy and this is something you want to be an entertainer, start actually practicing your jokes in professional settings. And also know when you're not funny too. Some motherfuckers don't know when they're not funny. Some niggas will just goddamn just keep telling jokes and nobody's laughing at their shit. So when nobody's laughing at your shit, it's not funny. You know what I mean? As much as you feel like that in your head, damn, like, and then sometimes your shit could be funny. You just say it in the wrong crowd. But 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, like I be saying all the time, just like the goddamn Purell hand sanitizer bottle. If you make a joke and ain't nobody laughing, it's not funny. Okay? And then after that, it's okay. Steph Curry's airball before. Steph Curry's missed before. Steph Curry had a bad shoot tonight. Greatest shooter of all time, by the way. It don't mean that you ass. You just, it ain't hitting today. Or it's not hitting in an hour. Maybe want to come back another hour, or hell, come back the next day, the next time you have a shift, and start making them jokes again. You know what I mean? But these things, you got to be able to read a room. That's important in comedy, to be able to read a room. Know when it makes sense to make. And also too, as a comedian, you don't have to compete with nobody. Like one thing about it, being a comedian, you just being who you are. You being yourself. It's like it's second nature. You know what I mean? So when you see a nigga that's going out there way to get all the attention on people, or you coming into a setting where that person, a lot of people like them and they want to be center of attention, don't try to compete with them. Just fit into where you can fit in at, and that's it. But don't try to compete. I think the worst thing you can do as a comedian or somebody that's an entertainer is that you in a space where somebody's well respected or somebody's known to make a lot of jokes or whatever, and you try to compete with them. Don't do that. Fit in where what's the saying? Fit in where you can get in. Does that make sense? And so a lot of people say, well, yeah, I can't make jokes around in school or work because it's inappropriate. No, that means you're not funny enough. That means you need to start working on your material. You need to start living life more. You need to start watching more movies. You need to start experiencing life. You need to start talking to people more. You know what I mean? And really, your experiences are what make you funny. And the crazy part about it is sometimes the more pain you go through, the more unfortunate circumstances, sometimes the funnier you are. You know what I mean? Because what you learn how to do is you learn how to take the simple things in life and you learn to appreciate them more, right? Like sometimes you go through some fucked up ass trauma and you make it seem like all you did was just slip on some ice. But really, it's a lot deeper than that. But you learn how to cope with it. You learn how to deal with it. You didn't make any excuses. You rose and overcame your environment. So a lot of guys out there, and I apologize for talking in circles. That's just how I am sometimes. A lot of guys are socially inept and don't know how to. Forget about talking with women. They don't know how to socialize with people in general. Okay, they don't have good social skills because they stay by themselves too much. And isolation is dangerous to an extent. And nigga, I was a victim of that, so I know all firsthand. Isolation is dangerous. Isolation can create ego, can create pride, and those shits can be killers in a way. So people also underestimate, and this is a point that I kind of danced around, but I'm going to bring it full circle. People don't understand the value of a great diet and exercise, and then how it could clear your skin. I'm not the best example of that now. I don't give a fuck, but you get my point. Like, and clear your skin. It can help you feel more energetic, cleans your insides, your gut. Like, people don't understand how powerful a better diet and consistent exercise, and sometimes that's doing the hard shit. That's running, that's pull-ups, that's push-ups, that's motherfucking lifting weights. That's the ugly shit. Is what I like to call it. Like, to me, basketball ain't ugly. It's fun as hell. When you playing backyard football, that's fun. When I'm dancing, it's fun as hell. I don't consider that a workout. But you gonna do some hard shit where, like, yeah, you running. You doing things where your heart rate gotta stay up at a certain level for an extended period of time. You challenging yourself. The workouts that goddamn I want to quit right now. But then you keep going. And then your body feels those changes. It feels it being challenged. You're consistent with it. People don't understand the value of a great diet, the value of a great of consistent exercise. People don't understand that, and like, people don't understand how that contributes. Like, the reason why you see it, God damn, how does Angela Bassett, how does Halle Berry look like that? They diet and exercise. And fasting helps with that too. Clean all that impurities, you know what I'm saying? Damn, how them niggas, they aging backwards out this motherfucker. Yeah, diet and exercise and fasting. That's where that comes from. The problem, I think, is people don't want to make the lifestyle adjustment. Like, a lot of people think that, what's your secret to losing weight? And by the way, I think losing weight is overrated. The only time you should be worrying about losing weight is if you are naturally like a big ass person. If you like 250, 260, 270 and plus, that's why I think you should be worried about it. If you roughly about 215, 210, 190 as a man, you don't need to worry about no goddamn losing weight. Just worry about actually just maintaining. That's it. You don't need to lose no goddamn weight. If you ain't like 240 or whatever above, don't worry about losing weight. For what? You can if you want. But honestly, I think losing weight is overrated. Because I know some niggas that lost a bunch of weight and they look horrible. They look actually worse than when they goddamn had the motherfucking weight on. Like, one thing about me, nigga, if I'm lose, I can't lose weight because I've been a skinny nigga all my life. But so for me, it's actually about getting stronger and getting more muscle. Matter of fact, let's see if I got it today. It's a little bit. It ain't nothing crazy. It's a little bit. It's just a little bit. Ain't nothing too crazy though. See the other one. It's a little bit. It ain't nothing too crazy. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. I gotta put a little bit more work. I'll be alright. I gotta put a little bit more work. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. People like, what's the secret? How does Halle Berry, you guys, like, you know, people like Angela Bassett, Vanessa Whitney, they age it backwards like a motherfucker. How they able to do that? What do? You know what I'm saying? How they able to do that? Diet and exercise, nigga. And fasting. You just don't want to do it. Like, when niggas be like, yeah, you gotta fast. What? Hell no. The fuck? I better be eating now. Like, nah, nigga, I'll do like intermittent fasting. Nigga, I'll eat like one meal a day. And then like have maybe some, like if I'm really that hungry and I can't wait that long, some berries and some goddamn nuts. Nigga, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. That's far that go. I ain't goddamn, you know what I'm saying? If you know, I think in the future, I think it's something we're going to have to do. But honestly, we don't want to actually make the lifestyle changes. We want the goddamn hot Cheetos. We want the snack cakes and shit. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with having one every once. Ain't nothing wrong with, like, nigga, I'll fuck with some cereal. You know what I mean? But then I started and also your body tell on you too, bro. Like, and I know from personal experience, when your goddamn stomach hurting all the time and you feel groggy, you got brain fog and shit, your body be warning you for years and you ignore that shit because you're like, well, I don't give a fuck. The food was good anyway. Your body warning you for years, but yo, stop. Like, whatever you doing, chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? When your body gets to a situation where your stomach hurt, you can barely move, you can barely get up in the goddamn morning, that means your body telling you, like, nigga, stop fucking abusing me, bitch. You know what I mean? So, like, I say that to say this, okay? Because I'm kind of, like, dancing around a little bit. Too many guys blame women too much when really your social skills are inept. But it's easy to blame the women because it's much harder for us to be introspective and to be honest and to actually go about acknowledging that we need to change some things about ourselves and putting the actual work in. It takes time and it creates uncomfortable conversations that we have with ourselves about where we truly are at. Like as far as how we fit in society, how we interact with people, because it's like sometimes how we interact with people is not how you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? But you live and you learn. A lot of people don't want to go through that problem. A lot of people think that everything I do is right and I don't do shit wrong. And if you say that I'm wrong, you my fucking op. Like, no, nigga, that's not how fucking life work. Anybody should be able to correct you. If they're bringing some valid points, anybody should be able to goddamn criticize you and say what you need to work on to do better. Especially if it's coming from a good place and there's a valid reason behind it, yes. You know what I mean? But as far as this nigga's concerned, bro, I am very big I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm very big on that because I got it myself. So as a representative of the I don't give a fuck what you think about me group, I actually have a lot of admiration and respect for that. What I do not have admiration and respect for is for how you utilize that attitude. Some niggas utilize that attitude to do fuck shit and fuckery. And they do toxic behaviors and they do things that are socially unacceptable. And their fallback is, instead of accepting accountability, being a man or being a woman, being an adult, being a good human, and apologizing, acknowledging your mistakes, and doing the best you can not to make those mistakes over again, they fall back on the me versus the world mentality. Whole time, it ain't the world, it's your motherfucking ass. Sometimes it ain't the world that's on bullshit. Nigga, you the one on bullshit. And it's okay. Just realize it and fucking correct your goddamn behavior, nigga. You dig what I'm saying? Correct your motherfucking behavior. You feel what I'm saying? So, I say that to say this. I'm trying to think of how I want to put this. Damn. I lost my train of thought because I saw my chat loaded. But this is what I'm saying. So many guys, they just want to fucking... It's so easy for us to deflect blame. So easy for us to not take accountability for shit. Because that work is hard. That uncomfortable truth, that ugly ass reflection we got in the mirror, it's an ugly motherfucker. It's like looking at motherfucking Predator with his goddamn mask off. It's an ugly motherfucker. Like the dark aspects of us, our vices, our temptations that we fall into, those some ugly motherfuckers. And it takes a lot of like mental fortitude to be able to just say, hey, listen, I'm wrong. I apologize. And not only you not just you saying I'm gonna get better as a person, but also you putting those words to action. So about the I don't give a fuck attitude, I'm a big proponent of that because I represent it. Nigga, I told y'all for 6-7 years I was fucking doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do on social media and I didn't blow up. And I had to face the realization like, yo, you can't do what you used to do no more. You have to change it up. I don't mean that I'm still streaming to this day. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna motherfucking change. I still believe that I'm the most underrated fucking internet personality. Now I'm on the most motherfucking underrated. I know I'm a star and I know for a fact I'm very good at what I do. So you think I'm gonna fucking stop? No, for what? No, absolutely the fuck not. I'm not. No. You know what I mean? So, bottom line is this, right? So, once I had to come to realization, like, yo, what you doing ain't getting you results. You gotta pivot. You gotta do something different. This right here, and I have to be honest with you. If I was the father of one of the niggas that this fucking clown victimized, you know, it'd be like Batman and shit. You choose my words carefully so I don't get demonetized. I might not kill him. I might not, what's his name? But that nigga gon' wish he, you know what I mean? Type shit. On GTA. You know what I mean? Like, because the fucking audacity of you to fuck with children. And listen, there's a lot of niggas that say that we need to off people who do these things. And I say no. Because I feel like that everybody should have a chance for God's forgiveness. I feel like everybody, if you do certain things, I don't feel like that the book should be written. Like, you need to be punished. Fucking obviously. You need to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. So whatever fucking consequence you get as a result of that, they need to give it. I don't expect that type of mercy. What I'm saying is like, I think that if God gave you breath in your body, I think if you should be given the opportunity to utilize that to make your wrongs right. And I don't feel like it's incumbent upon any of us or our responsibility to be judge and juror of that or to deprive that person of an opportunity. If God allowed them to get breath and be able to stay alive, we have no right as people to try to interfere with that and allow them the opportunity to make their wrongs right. As vile and disgusting as those behaviors are and repulsive, we should allow them to right those wrongs and allow them to seek forgiveness, seek repentance, and turn to God and be genuine about it. And not have that mistake condemn them for not a mistake, because that's not really a mistake. A mistake is like something you do by accident. So if you intentionally do something not a mistake, it's a bad decision. But what I'm saying is this. If God allowed you to stay alive after that and you have an opportunity to repent and make things right, then I'm a big proponent of you being able to have that opportunity because God allowed you to wake up the next morning. So go utilize that time to go make your wrongs right. That's just bottom line. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm not a proponent of people saying that we need to off these motherfuckers. But you know what? After watching this motherfucking joke of a fucking parody of a Michael Bay film, can I blame those sentiments? This motherfucker is out breathing God's air on God's green earth with freedom. Niggas should be in jail right now. Should be locked the fuck up. You have the audacity. You victimized children, nigga. You did one of the most repulsive shit a human being can do. And your response is, I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck what these maggots think. And be like, motherfucker, you stupid bitch. You stupid motherfucker. You blew a bat. This nigga had, as much as I think that his fame didn't justify, like, again, he did have his moments, but his fame didn't necessarily justify his skill level as far as being an entertainer. Did not justify the opportunities he was given. But he was given those opportunities. So you take the ball, you fucking run with it. You better run for it, run. But nah, all jokes aside, you take the ball, you run with that motherfucker. And you utilize that to your advantage. To go, and you know what? Yeah, you know, you wasn't going to get a bunch of sponsorships because you crazy on the internet. And so am I. I ain't good at sponsorship. I'm fucking... I curse way too much. I talk too much shit, and I'm too honest about things. And niggas ain't. You're not gonna buy my honesty, bro. I want to be able to say how I feel, how I say it. But one thing I'm not gonna do, or will never justify a day in my fucking life, is you took children's innocence away. You fucking piece of fat lard. And I don't mean to even use those type of words. Because I don't really care about people's body size. As long as you're not obese or your health's not in jeopardy, I don't care about your body size. So I'm not fat phobic by any stretch of the imagination. But this motherfucker, I'm going to call whatever I want because you have the fucking audacity to get on camera when your ass should not be even breathing God's green earth. Or you should not be having fucking breath right now in your fucking big ass body, nigga. You up there, you took children's innocence away, you fucking fat piece of shit. You took children's innocence away, nigga. You preyed on children on the internet. Fucking idiot. That's not I don't give a fuck more. That's not like that's nothing honorable about that. You don't get no fucking points for that shit. You don't get no respect over here, nigga. I don't respect that. You took kids' innocence away. You fucking goofy. One of them niggas should have put you through the earth's core, motherfucker. Why do you think that because they didn't file charges against you, that you have the fucking audacity to sit up there and make a fucking documentary as if you're being victimized because niggas is trying to take away your freedom of speech? No, bitch. You took children's innocence away, you fucking goofy. Nobody need to put your ass through the fucking earth's core on GTA. Because to think that behavior is okay or justified because you didn't face the proper repercussions for your motherfucking actions is crazy to me. It's fucking insane. You are a very sick individual, nigga. With no cure. Outside of putting your motherfucking ass behind bars and never letting you see the fucking light. They need to give your ass life in fucking prison, nigga. On God. You do not need to see prison. You do not need to see daylight ever in your fucking life. On God. And I ain't type of nigga that's like, judge or juror, it's kind of come off hypocritical. But in the same breath, nigga, like, if the shoe fits, lace them bitches up and wear it, motherfucker. You disgusting piece of shit. Like, how the fuck you gonna sit up there and try to act like that the world is against you and they got their own agenda? No, bitch! You did one of the most disgusting, vile acts a human being can do on the face of this planet. And you are lucky to be out, not even behind a fucking in a 4x4, bitch. What the fuck do you mean? Well, I don't give a fuck. I did what I did, and so what? Yeah, alright. God forbid it was mines that got victimized by this motherfucker. Ooh. Ooh, bro. Ooh. Remember at the end of the Italian Job and shit, when old dude was like, I think he was on Blue Streak too. He was like, yeah, I have some things in my shop. Like, nigga, I'm telling you to right the fuck now, bro. Oh, man. On GTA, man. Stop fucking playing. But nah, I enough of this fucking piece of shit. I'm not talking about him no more. This guy's a fucking idiot. Like, he was overrated as, like, he had some moments that were funny. But he's overrated as an entertainer. He's overrated as a content creator. But he had an opportunity to really put on for the Eagles. And I ain't gonna lie, as an Eagles fan, as a diehard Eagles fan, I'm ashamed to call this motherfucker. I don't think we should even claim this motherfucker. I genuinely don't think we should claim this motherfucker. Like, we should kick this nigga out make this nigga a fucking Cowboys fan or some shit. But anyway, matter of fact, I don't even want that shit for the Cowboys. Kick the nigga out the fucking NFC East. Make the nigga go to the NFC South or something. NFC South ain't none of motherfuckers gonna win shit anyway. Not any of them teams got a chance for a Super Bowl, so it's all good. Put my nigga in the NFC South or something. Oh God. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that motherfucker. Shannon Sharp said about Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna make this quick. I told y'all what I felt about Jalen Hurts already. I'm not gonna keep your ass to this shit. Did the NFL's top 100 come out? Did it come out? Oh, it did it? It's not done yet. It's not done yet. Okay, never mind. Good, because I'm like, that's one thing I didn't feel like doing. Okay, good. Fantastic. All right. We will learn today. All right, bet. So, move on from this. Shannon Sharp said something about Jalen Hurts, and I actually almost lost this fucking video, but I'm gonna put it back up and I'll let y'all hear it.
Look how Hurts was brought up playing the quarterback position by not doing what on Joe? Turning the ball over. Look at him. His dad was his coach in high school. He learned bulk of his career under Nick Saban. When he took over in Philadelphia, what did they say? They ran the football, very safe passes. Now to try to get him out of that, it's hard. Yeah. Because for the better part of his career, you told him to protect the ball. Don't put the ball in harm's way. You don't put the ball in harm's way, we can win. We're going to play through our defense. We're going to play behind our running game. It's hard. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying it's just hard when that's how you've been brought up most of your career. Look how...
All right, I'm going to just quickly make a mention. It's not even going to be more than 15 minutes. I'll try to hold myself to that. 3:25. I'll try to make this shit past 3:45. Even though that's 20 minutes, but I'll hold myself to my word. Here's the thing: Jalen Hurts was the best football player in the NFL in 2022, without question, and was robbed of a MVP trophy from Patrick Mahomes. And yeah, I know Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player of all time, past to present. I already said this shit 1,000 times. I ain't gonna say it again. You know what I mean? And I saw him throw that football at his goddamn center head. It was a little bit alarming, but you know what? It happens. Ghosts get tired too. You know what I'm saying? Ghosts need some sleep too. You feel me? But yeah, so go back to what I was saying. Jalen Hurts was the best player in the league in 2022. And was this close to come away with a Super Bowl. This close. Okay? So he was the MVP. I don't think you can win MVP or get close to it without having some sort of big playability, don't you think? Now, what the counter arguments to what I'm going to say is, well, he played with John Elway. How the hell are you going to tell this guy what a great quarterback is? Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna say what the fuck I'm gonna say regardless. That's the type of nigga I am. I don't care. I say what I want to say. Here's the bottom line, though. Okay? Bottom line is this. Okay? So, off rip, the best player in 1 year in the whole entire fucking league, you can't be that safe. It just feel like a lot of niggas that feel like a lot of people don't actually watch Eagles games, and they just watch the primetime ones, or they see the all four. They're not really watching like that. And of course you can't, because you got to cover all 32 teams. So are you really going to be able to know everything about all the teams at the same time? No. Yeah, he's experienced playing the game. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I get all that, but he's also saying things that don't actually make any fucking sense. I think the name of the fucking game was to not turn the ball over. Am I not correct? Is that not the fucking point of any sport, is to score as many points as you can without turning the ball over? Isn't that why Lamar Jackson has yet to get to the big game? Is that why Josh Allen has yet to get to the big fucking game? Is that the reason why, you know what I mean? All your favorites, Justin Herbert. You built a quarterback in a lab, and it's Justin Herbert. Well, damn it, I think Frankenstein is on fucking PCP and angel dust when he made motherfucking Justin Herbert, because ain't no motherfucking way in the hell you look at motherfucking Justin Herbert. I'm not saying he ain't talented, but that nigga don't do shit in the playoffs. Absolutely fucking nothing. And it's not even to say that he's being dealt the best cards, because as I spoke on this channel, I don't think Harbaugh is the coach for Justin Herbert. Now we will see, because Mike McDaniels is a new coordinator, so he'll bring a new offense. But the type of offense Harbaugh likes to run, Harbaugh likes to run a West Coast offense with great defense, great front seven, and running the football. That's Harbaugh. That's not a system just Justin Herbert needs to play in. Justin Herbert needs to be allowed guys to can throw the ball to down the field, make plays. And his offensive line, niggas gotta understand. I said this before and I'll say it again. You can't build an offensive line in 1 year. You just can't. But Herbert has been dog shit in the playoffs. Like individual, listen. Given his circumstance, given the fact that I never thought that this coach was actually going to do wonders for Justin Herbert, because their styles are the exact opposite. What Herbert needs and what Harbaugh brings to the table, it's just two different styles. I never thought they was going to mesh. And they don't even have the fucking infrastructure in place to be able to have that happen. Like, for instance, who the fuck is their running back? Omar Hampton? Vidal? These are good backs, but great backs? Najee Harris, I don't know where he's at now, but these guys are going to carry your team. These guys are going to lighten the load off Justin Herbert so he doesn't have to do so much. He has good receivers. Like he had, it was nice to see, what's the old boy name? Because he made some plays here and there. How the hell did I forget his guy name? He was on the Bears, but he was on the Chargers for a long time. I forgot this guy's name. Keenan Allen. Larry McConkey looks like he's decent. Palmer, I think, is in Buffalo. Like, where are the receivers? Where's the tight end? They're a fucking mess. The only thing they have solid is their kicker. Because I like Cameron Dicker. He's really good. Might quite arguably be the best kicker in the league, in my opinion. Low key. Cameron Dick is really good, and their defense is really good. That's about it. That's as far as the offense is a fucking mess. Chargers say they're going to rebuild an offensive line in 1 year. They're going to give Herbert barely any fucking weapons, and you don't even give him a run game. By the way, this shit was hilarious. So, matter of fact, let me finish up the Shannon Sharp point. Rams game. I said it before, I'll say it again. Rams comeback win. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter both block a field goal. Jordan Davis returns one for a touchdown in the Rams game. 17% of the plays were audible by Jalen Hurts. And the comeback in the second half comeback, Jalen Hurts 33%. 33%. 33%. Saquon, wheel route. I think it might have been against Denver. Saquon was yelling, that wasn't a play. That wasn't a play. Now, if you want to argue his accuracy took a dip this year as far as his ball placement, I'll argue with that. But he's also taken strides in other parts of his game as far as his reaction towards the blitz, playing in rhythm and timing. I've saw improvements on that. It's a fact. I've saw improvements on it. He's also playing with a coach, like I said before, who doesn't not go with the X and O. That's why it don't matter who the fuck. Because you think about, like, you look about Andy Reid. Nigga, it don't matter who the fuck coordinator is. Matt Nagy, nigga, like, he doing him. It don't matter who the defensive coordinator is for the goddamn Bill Belichick's team. The defense still always gonna be solid, cause he there. Same thing with Tom McDonald. Like, I think that's the guy named that the one that coached Seattle. Defense always gonna be solid around him. Seattle defense was always good, but I'm just saying it's gonna be even better with him around. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, bro, like, we're judging him on what he actually has better than the other quarterbacks who can't fucking get it done. And over the last couple of weeks, I've watched documentaries on two players, Dante Culpepper and Aaron Brooks. You could even go as far to say they're more talented than Jalen Hurts. You could say that. But they never could quite get it together to win when it matters most. Ain't that fucking strange? They never can get it together to win when it matters most. Ain't that some shit? And here's what the thing that I'm starting to realize too. I've said it before and I'll say it again. In my honest opinion, and I don't really like being the rod spader, because I think that shit is annoying and it's overrated. But I feel like if a white quarterback were to do what Patrick Mahomes would have done, it would be a totally different conversation. Niggas to this day are telling you with a straight face Aaron Rodgers is better than a motherfucker who been in a conference championship and has 4 Super Bowl fucking rings. And has been in a Super Bowl every fucking year except last year for the last, 6-7 years. Fucking morons. Aaron Rodgers was great in his prime. Nigga, I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up watching the Bears and that. Like, come on now. I watched the Packers game enough. Aaron Rodgers is great. But he's not better than fucking Mahomes. Mahomes got the rings. Mahomes won. And there's not one thing Aaron Rodgers can do that Patrick Mahomes can't do. The fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? And then you look at the Josh Allen glaze. Josh Allen's an extremely talented individual. But can that talent... And listen, the defense is always fucking hurt. They need to do an investigation against Sean McDermott and what the fucking defensive guys are doing over there, because whatever the fuck they're doing, they those guys never, especially in the secondary, they never fucking say. Everybody's getting injured over there, and these are bad. These are fucking 8-week, and these are out for the season injured. They never know small ass. By the way, it's praise out for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And then, but honestly, low key, I gotta say something. So Chauncey was like, yeah, I should represent my Jordan. Jordan would never pick your ass, respectfully. Jordan would never pick your ass. You too goddamn loud. That's like you trying to goddamn be signed a motherfucking Cactus Jack, and you up here making noise, starting controversy. Hey, they ain't them niggas. They quiet as hell. They quiet as hell. You don't see Don Tolliver saying shit, bro. They quiet as hell over there. Bro, like they turn up when they on stage, but they quiet as shit. They don't really say nothing in the media. Niggas diss them, they don't respond. How far you gonna get signed to them niggas? You loud as hell. You loud. Chelsea, you're not a Jordan. You're not Jordan Brand material. Cause string bull bullshit. But yeah, like, come on, bro. That don't make no sense. But here's the thing. We are criticizing a quarterback for playing the right way? What the fuck they do that at? So not turning the ball over, which is the reason why he got to the fucking big game twice. Should have won both, but at least won one. Being the best player on the fucking field. What fucking sense does that make? The name of the game is to not turn the fucking ball over. That's the name of the game. By the way, the shit that you're talking about, and this is something that Barry McCockner mentions, you guys are getting on Hurts about the same shit Brady low-key did. Brady wasn't trying to beat your ass with a bunch of big numbers. It was death by 1,000 cuts. He's the most talented on the field. He just mastered the game, understood the game. I'm not calling him Jalen Brady. He's not there. He's not there yet. But like, come on now. But Jalen Hurts hate it. It's annoying. And I'm sick of the fucking Josh Allen glaze. Like, at the end of the day, we need to be praising players for what they do and not on what they could be. And so much so, the mainstream media is so fucking... And I don't really like the disrespect by Brock Purdy either. Because you gotta remember where Brock Purdy was picked at. Yeah, Shanahan has an outstanding offensive mind. A little overrated as a coach. Outstanding offensive mind. By the way, Debo is back on the 49ers, which I actually like that move. I don't know why nobody picked up Debo. As I said, I talk my shit from time to time. But Debo definitely should not have been a free agent whatsoever. I don't know where the fuck niggas was, why they was doing that. But, and unfortunately it had to happen at the expense of Ricky Pearsall being out for an injury. So praise out to him. But in the same breath, he shouldn't have been a free agent. I don't know what the fuck niggas was looking at. Like, I don't know if the media about him coming a little bit overweight, coming into Washington, I don't know what happened. But there's no way in the hell that you look at the niggas that's on the roster and that say that everybody, each and every one of us was better than Debo Samuels. I'm not buying that shit. Okay, let's see. Anything else I want to talk about? Last thing before we start looking at material.
You don't get away that motherfucker.
Alright, so it's this guy that went viral, this kid, whatever you want to say. It's this guy that went viral. Made some TikTok videos and people are responding to it, and this is my response.
Damn, nigga, is you cool?
When you're an ugly nigga like myself, tell me who I am. I know who I am. I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a nigga who's not about business. I'm irrelevant to these women, and I'm a nigga who just needs to get the fuck out the way because clearly I'm just not it, and I'll never be it. I'm never gonna be seen as that dude, that nigga that walks around the cool one. No, I'm not a cool nigga. I'm a fucking loser. I'm a total fucking reject, and somebody needs to push my ass out the fucking way. Why the fuck would anybody want to talk to my pathetic ass? I'm a lame ass nigga. I don't got shit going on for myself. I'm not impressive to these women. I'm a nigga who ain't shit. I know that I'm a nigga who deserves to be in the fucking garbage can. I don't need nobody to tell me who
I don't even know if I want to even fucking plug you into who this guy is. Vacant the Omen ET37. I was going to begin this stream defending him. Now I'm going to kind of skew my thoughts on this guy a little bit. The reason why niggas is on your ass, bro, is that you appear like you're looking for attention. This shit feel performative as fuck. Who the fuck get on camera? Like, nigga, is this the real life Kobe Jack, nigga? The fuck? Y'all know DZ verse on TikTok, but like, look, oh God, no grown ass man get on the motherfucking internet talk about I'm a loser, I'm not shit, I'm a bitch, I'm a pussy. I think I went to City Hall to get my name changed to bitch ass nigga, but they wouldn't allow it. I think the lady at the receptionist desk almost spit out her water, and she stained the document so I couldn't put my final signature to get it approved. Like, listen. So first and foremost, just looking at that one video alone, and that wasn't a clip that went viral. That was some other shit that just I happened to, like, on the bottom of the search bar that they have, like, what the subject of the video is about. They kind of start instilling it on TikTok and about the spring or whatever the case may be. So they had his name on the bottom, and I just looked it up and I just found one of the videos. This shit looks performative as fuck. No nigga with any goddamn sense, even if, let's say, it's true, I guess, right? Nobody walks around saying that. Nobody walks around saying that, dog. Okay? First and foremost. So what you're looking for is you're looking for pity. You're looking for pity. Because I was going to defend you. Say, you know what, man? This is why I say people don't care about men's mental health. Because you know what? It's just like, you feel me? Like, look how they... Yo, what's up? Mars Live, what's happening? Been a minute. Yes, it has. So, here's the thing about this guy, right? I was going to get on here, so I was, yo, men's mental health don't matter. People don't care. And that's why they're going so hard on the guy. But then I started to realize watching this video, bro, I think this whole shit is a fucking scam. I feel scam watching this shit. I feel like that you're looking, it's kind of like you want attention for not wanting it. It's like, let me put it into words better, okay? I don't know what we'll refer to. So, okay, so it's this guy, got this long-ass name on TikTok. Vacant the Omen ET37. So, he had a bunch of, like, viral videos about him calling himself ugly and calls himself a piece of shit, and about how no woman wants him or whatever. So, I basically reacted to that. And just kind of giving my take on his, I ain't watch all his videos, but just like the little clips that I found here and there on TikTok. So here's the thing. First off, this don't look like, you don't come off to me. If I'm looking at what I'm seeing, again, I don't know this guy personally, obviously. If I'm taking what I'm seeing for face value, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, nigga. I wouldn't feel sorry for you. I actually would fucking laugh. I would laugh at you. Because why the fuck is you as a grown-ass man calling yourself, yeah, you know what? I'm a bitch. I don't know why God didn't make me a female dog. Why did he make me a human? I have no idea. Like, bro, no grown-ass man with any motherfucking sense, alright? Like, listen, Kobe Jack, last time I checked, is a DZ-verse character. It's not a real person. It's like off, like, the Disney Channel, like Marty McFly stereotype shit. I didn't think this shit was real life. You're trying to go on the internet, trying to garner sympathy for basically self-degrading yourself, and you want us to fucking feel sorry for you? Not as in, because here's the thing, okay? Number one, what the fuck we supposed to do with that information? You calling yourself a bitch. You calling yourself ugly. You calling yourself undesirable. What the fuck is the viewer supposed to do with the information? You know what the fuck I'm going to do? Keep scrolling. Next. Let me go goddamn watch somebody plant a fucking garden with some goddamn violets and dandelions in that bitch. And some goddamn grow some tomatoes and shit. I'm not watching this fucking grown-ass man in a fucking bad lit room degrade himself on camera and then expect sympathy from me. Like, I don't have my own shit going on. This niggas that probably feel the same way you do. The difference between you and them, they're actually doing something about it. They're going to the gym. They're dressing nice. They're getting a job. Multiple of them motherfuckers. And I heard your ass unemployed. Nigga, you're not getting a woman that, if a woman don't think you gonna take care of them, they not getting with your ass. It ain't even about the gold digger shit. Nigga, woman wants security. Nigga, if you're not secure, you can't get yourself secure, nigga. You can't even buy a motherfucking ADT and have your shit secure. You can't even buy a motherfucking Ring camera and have your shit secure, nigga. What the fuck a woman look like the goddamn dealing with your ass? And it's okay to not have your shit all together. I understand. I trust me. I get it, bro. But in the same breath, you gotta go get your motherfucking ass up and go do something about whatever you feel like your defect is, whatever you feel like your weakness is in life. I don't sit up there and be like, I'm undesirable, so you know what, fuck it. And this is what I mean why male role models are very important. Because somebody to tell you to your face, nigga, grow the fuck up. And I was going to give you a little bit of sympathy before I just came across that video. I'm not giving you no fucking sympathy. You need a kick. You don't need no fucking encouragement. You need a kick in the ass. Cause why the fuck do you think out of all the shit you could be doing, nigga, you could be goddamn, you know that lady on Stream University that be doing puzzles and shit? You could be doing that. Nigga, you be creating some fucking master. You could be the Black Picasso out this motherfucker creating master. Goddamn recreating a sunset with fucking doves flying above a couple that's goddamn making out and shit. You could goddamn create the most beautiful nigga. You goddamn recreate some really nice work. You there's so much shit you could put on the fucking internet. And you decide the thing you're gonna put on the internet is, oh yeah, I'm gonna call myself everything in the world. Nigga, you might just do beatism on yourself, nigga. You might just go on camera and start, bitch, and start punching in your fucking jaw and knocking yourself out on camera. Cause essentially, that's the next motherfucking step. You might as well start punching in your motherfucking jaw and start trying to goddamn knock yourself the fuck out. Nigga, you might as well goddamn get on that motherfucking camera and start trying to cut your motherfucking eyelashes, nigga. There's so many people on a daily basis that go through so much shit. And they do not respond in this manner. They don't make videos like this shit. They go do something about it. Or some of them are so fucking fucked up that they don't even have the fucking gall or the audacity like this nigga here to get on camera and talk about it. When I was going through my shit and crying every fucking day, stressing out, I literally said, fuck them. I'm not going on camera to tell you about nothing. Like when I said to myself, I'm not gonna post social media no more because it's like niggas not. I didn't tell. I said fuck the video. Go do what you need to go do for yourself. And leave it at that. The world don't give a fuck. And they don't need to give a fuck. They don't know you. We don't know you, bro. And by the way, I'll never root for a fucking quitter. You want sympathy? I'm going to give your ass some game. I'll never root for a fucking quitter. I'll root for a nigga that keep trying and failing. I'll never root for a motherfucking quitter ever in my fucking life. You are. I'm not gonna use this as a death sentence to you. You are a quitter for now. You're a quitter. That doesn't mean you have to stay a quitter, but you're a fucking quitter, and you are a loser. You want to know why? Not because how you look. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gay. Whatever. You know what I mean? You're a loser because of your fucking mentality, your attitude. You're a fucking loser because of you goddamn like you have a problem, and as a man, you're not going to try to go find a solution. Mental health is serious. Depression is serious. I get it, man. I've been through that shit. I get it. I understand. But I wanted to get out of the motherfucker. I didn't want to I don't understand niggas that be getting on the motherfucking internet, be depressed and quote unquote depressed and not feeling well and not doing mentally okay, and want to get on there and say, day 3 of being depressed again. Day 3 of watching Sleepless in Seattle. Oh my God. For the 15th time. I think I was watching the Spanish subtitles. Like, nigga, what the fuck? I will never, ever, and I don't think anybody should root for a fucking quitter. I root for a nigga who trying and ain't there yet. Haven't figured it out yet. Struggling, trying to find themselves, but ain't nothing going right for them. I'll root for that nigga. I'll never root for a motherfucker like you that's a quitter. You are a quitter and you're a loser. Not because that's what you think of yourself, not because of how you look. You are a loser because of your motherfucking mentality. Your mentality is that of a fucking loser. You are a quitter. You threw in the white flag and God gave your little scrawny ass Bebop 6ix9ine. What's good? You are a loser. God gave your ass breath in your body, and you choose to utilize the breath. I'm gonna keep it a bean. And y'all may say I'm going too far. I don't give a fuck. You slapping God in his face. God gave you breath in your body, and you slapping him in his freaking face by doing what the fuck you doing on your goddamn phone. Trying to garner sympathy from the goddamn internet about how ugly you are. Go to the fucking gym. Get a haircut, nigga. Get a job. Because last time I checked, from what I heard, you're unemployed, nigga. Fuck a woman. Get a job, nigga. Get 2 of the bitches, 3 of the bitches, whatever the fuck it's going to take for you to improve yourself, for you to improve the quality of your life. Get a motherfucking job. How the fuck can you bitch about how women don't want you? You don't have a job. You can't even support yourself, you stupid motherfucker. You can't even support your goddamn self, and you worried about what a fuck a woman want. The woman don't want you, and guess what? Good for her. Good for her, nigga. Good for her. Good for her. Like I said, I will always root for a nigga that's trying and ain't get there yet. I will never root for a fucking quitter. And I will never root for a fucking loser. And that's what you are. Straight up. And I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I was gonna say, oh man, y'all need to chill out, man. Yo, men's mental health is like disregarded. But like looking at that video, you are a disgrace. So okay, so give context for anybody that's just joining us. It's an account on TikTok. Vacant the Omen ET37. He went viral, talk about how ugly and undesirable he is. So I'm just giving my take on that. Hi, I'm what's going on, Eric? Cashmere, Eric. Well, what's going on? What's happening? So yeah, like that's all I gotta say. I'm not spending my time on people who do reactions. I do reactions, yes. All right, so we're gonna move on from that. So that's why I'm gonna go back to the Eagles shit, because I kind of like am lost. So the Shawn Mania had a press conference, and I want to look at that. I don't want to keep talking about motherfuckers who are okay with being failures in life. I'm done with that shit. Life too motherfucking hard as it is. I ain't got time for that.
Sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until I open Monday.com.
Dog, Cashmere, nigga, I just called your name Eric. Of course I'm reading the damn chat. What are you talking about? How the hell you gonna ask somebody else who, if you read, if you can hear, if old boy can bebop, if he can hear me, there's no way the hell you can't. Come on, bro.
And boom.
Nigga, you literally went on here saying, hi, my name is Eric. I just told you hi, Eric. Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Doing well. How are you?
Sorry. Eric. What's your plan? Where do you stand on Jalen Hurts as like a runner in the design?
Yeah, that's a great question. He's very uniquely talented in terms of that athletic ability. It's something he's been effective with throughout his career. Can
you react to Ramayana's trailer? It's nothing new from any of his cinema. Respectfully, I'm doing Eagles content right now, so probably if we have time later on, but right now I'm doing Eagles content, so no.
That's part of what makes him such a special talent. But he does a lot of things well. I think he's really operated through all facets of the offense comfortably, but the piece of him as an athlete in the running game is something unique that those are elements we can lean into a little bit as well.
Can I just follow up with you? Obviously, being under center a lot would restrict having those at least +1 type of zone read and RPO. Does that restrict him from doing that as much, or we've seen before? I guess Malik Willis being an example of that. Is there room for him to have that facet of the offense?
Yeah, I think there's definitely room for both. There's room for both, and I think a lot.
Hey, real quick, okay? Because I kind of I wanted to say it, but I ended up forgetting. I can't stand motherfuckers who get on social media and start talking about how depressed they are and stuff like, day 3 of me eating a full carton of Breyers ice cream. It's going to be a long one, guys, so buckle your seatbelt to prepare. Okay, so we open the carton, we remove the label, and to try to resemble the pain and the torture I'm dealing with in this life, I'm going to eat the butter pecan ice cream, not in one scoop. I'm going to just eat the pecan first and pick it out, and then eat the rest. Like, people don't understand. Motherfuckers who really went through depression and really went through like real serious mental health shit. Depression is like a fucking stomach ache. Niggas who really been through this shit, it's something that, like, you know how you want a stomach ache or like pain in your teeth to go away, and it won't fucking go. Like when you got pain in your mouth, like as far as like a toothache or like a stomach ache, it's fucking nagging. It bothers you. It ruins your whole fucking day. I don't care if you having the time of your life and you enjoying yourself. A stomach ache or a toothache will ruin your whole fucking day. It doesn't go anywhere. It's distracting. And it's like, it's annoying. That's the way depression is. When you really been through depression, you really been through some real mental health shit, like, you don't want to stay there. Everybody wants to feel an escape. Everybody is looking, like, people who really been through the shit, we look for an escape. We don't want to sit there and try to soak in the moment or try to use it for our benefit so we could avoid being an adult and doing our responsibilities, so we could avoid accountability on our shortcomings. That's not what depression is about. And so many motherfuckers get that fucked up. A lot of people, like, they use depression as a crutch so they don't have to be responsible. They don't have to take accountability for the things that they're not doing in their life, the things that they can control that they're not controlling. They want to weaponize that so that way, you know, you gotta leave it like, leave me alone, not feeling God. Good. The landlord don't give a fuck if you feeling good or not. Your phone bill and all the other bills you goddamn got don't give a fuck if you feeling good or not. Them bitches gonna come through anyway and you gotta fucking pay them, or them shit's turned off, or you face the consequences for whatever the case may be. But they don't give a fuck about what you dealing with. They don't care. They bitches like, alright, nigga, you use this service, right at the end of the month, you gotta pay the shit. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So a lot of niggas like to use depression because they think by crying or setting up a camera and crying on camera and fucking milking really what is actually I swear to God, niggas that been through this shit, they know I'm not exaggerating. Depression is a stomach ache and a toothache. It's just it's a fucking dark cloud over your head. And then no matter what you try to do, it don't go away. And you want to get out of it so bad. Niggas who really been through this shit, they understand. Nobody that go through depression wants to stay in that predicament. Niggas who really been through it, they want to find a way out of it. So that it means in that state, if they could find something that could relieve that moment at that time, whatever the fuck it may be, they'll do it. They'll do it. It's not a good feeling. So I don't know how niggas can get on camera and be in those states, quote unquote, and want to fucking act like that you going to fucking Disney World, or you about to ride the teacups, or you about to go on fucking Six Flags and ride the Superman and shit. It's not like that. Like, depression is not fun, bro. It's not. It's actual fucking pain. It's real pain. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not in the most physical sense. Maybe it's more or less mental. But it's actual fucking pain. It's not something that's just like you enjoying the time of your life and shit, and you fucking watching Peppa Pig, and you reliving your fucking childhood when you was watching Sesame Street, Bearstein Bears, and Teletubbies. It ain't like that, nigga. Depression is fucking. It's horrible. It's a horrible fucking feeling. It's not cool. So when niggas really be trying to sit up there and milk those type of moments, it be making me want to slap the shit out of them. Not this guy specifically, because I'm more or less, I'm angrily disappointed in him. Not so much when I want to hurt the guy, obviously, but I'm angry at the guy, but I'm more or less very, like, strongly disappointed more than anything. But when niggas like that, they start doing what they be doing, that shit, it be killing me.
It's just dependent on, you know, week by week or situationally. You know, there's a lot of different things that come up throughout the game, you know, from one week to the next, things you're seeing from the defense. So I think to have all those different elements in your back pocket, I think there's room for many different things. The two that you mentioned certainly, you know, can both, you know, live together in some form or fashion.
What do you look for in these early days? You're throwing so much new stuff at everybody. What do you look for to kind of get a sense of where they are and how they're progressing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we want is great effort every day, and then compete. You know, that was a big thing coming into this camp for us. Is every day is high level competition. You're competing against yourself, competing, you know, for a role on the roster, and then getting to compete against the defense every day is going to make us better and better. And then, you know, I think, you know, for us offensively, it's, hey, can we have a really sound pre-snap operation? You know, those are some of the things early in camp. You know, day one, we struggled with a little bit. I thought there was improvement day two. And then just assignment, alignment, execution, you know.
You know what, real quick, not to keep cutting this off, but I really like how he says something. And again, I got to wait and see. because it's still Sirianni's still a head coach, and I'm not necessarily opposed to that. You can't fire him. He's done too much for the team. Even though I think he's the overarching problem because his X's and O's is not good. I would say that him talking a lot about pre-snap and about getting that right is something I didn't hear from other coordinators. Obviously, what's the other guy name? Who the guy that coached Kellen Moore? He nice with the play call, always have it. So he's kind of odd this when I say this. And Steichen did a really good job here. He just didn't run the ball as much as I would like him to. But that's not all his fault either. I would say though, I like that bit. I'll say that.
Are we getting lined up properly? Are we not having mental errors? And so through the first 2 days of practice, it's still early, but I'm happy with the progress we've made, and we just got to keep improving from there.
You evaluate the receiver position. Are you just looking for the players who play the best, or are you keeping an eye on like complementary skill sets in that group?
Yeah, I think we have a very exciting group there, and I think just like you said, it's because there are so many complementary skill sets. We look for a ton of flexibility in terms of everybody can line up anywhere, and we can move people around, and it opens up a lot of exciting possibilities. But that's part of what makes this group really fun to work with. You have a lot of guys who can play off of one another in different ways, and like I said, it opens up a lot of possibilities for our offense just because that whole group, everyone's bringing something to the table.
When it comes to install, Sean, I guess going back to your playing days or your time in Green Bay, does anything change when it's new versus having the same process there for a couple of years?
I think there's a comfortability that comes maybe, but honestly, I think every camp I went into, you might have heard the play before, but you pick up a new coaching point each time through. I think that's part of the joy of coaching. For me is I'm installing this play now for the second time. These guys were they did a great job day one. I was really impressed with the retention after the summer break, which is a testament to our guys. They're pros. They were clearly studying over the offseason program over the break. But getting back to your question, I think that's part of the fun of coaching, the fun of playing is, yeah, I've heard this play before, but how am I going to take it to the next level? And for me, can I give them a coaching point that will help them execute it even better? Even though they know it, can I help them know it even better? And so each time through, I found, you can learn something new about the play that helps you execute it.
What's your view of the defense? What's your view of the defense? Third year under Fangio, a lot of Pro Bowlers on that side. What's your takeaway on them?
Yeah, I mean it's a tremendous group. I mean, Coach Fangio, he's as good as it gets in this league and has been for a long time. It's going to make us, it's a great competition for us every day going against an elite unit there. I know, playing against Philly the last couple of years when I was in Green Bay, that they're tough. They're tough. They play hard. They play fundamentally sound. There's a lot of great players over there, and it's an awesome challenge for us every day to go against them, and it'll only make us better.
A lot of guys on offense have been here for several years in Nick's system and everything like that. How have you found the transition for these guys to what you're trying to teach them? How is that, do you find they're still kind of set in their ways? Are they willing to learn? How has that been working?
No, it's been great. They've been super willing to learn. Like I said, it's a great group of guys to work with. I think the biggest thing is so many of these, all these guys are so hungry for to learn. They're so hungry for the individual periods where we're teaching them technique, and so that's been that's all we want as a coach is guys that are willing to learn and want to work at it, and across our entire roster, those are the type of guys that Howie's brought in. Those are the type of guys we get to work with every day, and like I said, again from the off-season program, you have a summer break and coming back. I mean, I thought day 1 and 2, and we had some pre-snap stuff to fix, but their retention from the spring was outstanding, and it allows for us to pick up right where we left off and kind of keep building from there.
Going back to Vic, how much he's emulated across the league, how instructive is it specifically with the pre-snap stuff, with the motions and some of the formation tells? How helpful is it for you to see how he responds to some of that stuff?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chess match every day. You're scripting things in practice, and then you're studying, how is our defense responding to them, the things we're doing. And there might be some commonalities across the league, and other weeks there might not. It's a little bit, dependent on the other team's play caller and, their defensive system and what we're doing to try to attack it. But certainly, each day we're studying and trying to see, okay, is there something we can build off of, that formation or that motion or that route distribution? And you're trying to gauge how are we able to affect the defense and what else could there be off of that. Some of that might carry over from one opponent to the next. Like you said, Vic's been, emulated around the league, but there's differences too. So it's a little bit of a weekly thing, but you're always studying to see what's happening out there.
Do you want a true fullback, or when you look about the duties that might be there, what are the thoughts where it could come out of someone out of the backfield or a tight end?
Yeah, I think, without getting too far into the details of it, I think as multiple as we can be formationally, I think that's always something we want to try to do, and especially train these guys to do multiple things throughout camp. But a lot of it will be, there's a ton of practice left. So we have to, try to push these guys to learn as much as they can. How flexible can everybody be in terms of their alignments and assignments? While at the same time understanding we're putting them all in the best position to be the best players they can be.
As far as the backs catching the ball out of the backfield, how prominent is that in the offense? How does Saquon and Tank fit into that?
Yeah, it's again, don't want to get too far into specifics, but I think they're all very, very capable of that. And the backs have protection responsibilities. Sometimes they might be a free release back. So a lot of it kind of depends on the play. It depends on maybe what the defense is bringing and what we need from a protection standpoint. But they're all capable pass catchers and route runners. I think a lot of it sometimes comes down to the protection element and do we need a sixth man in protection, seventh man in protection, so on and so forth. And then some of it is defensively. Is there a matchup we want to attack? But they certainly bring that skill set to the table, and it's something that every day, like I said, we're trying to push these guys and have everyone have as much flexibility with what they can do, so that when we get in the season, we know how do we put these guys in the best position possible.
Jordan said this scheme is offensive line friendly. I would like to hear why you think that is, and then obviously you're going to be taking from somewhere if you're going to be helping the offensive line. Where is the contraction coming from?
I think I understood the first part of your question, but I guess in terms of being O-line friendly, I think one of the things I preach, Coop preaches with the offensive line group every day is assignment commitment, right? We want these guys to go up there, know exactly where to go and play fast. So if, throughout all of our teaching, we want to make as many things black and white for them as possible so that we're all on the same page and we're off and running. And if the defense changes a look, at least we all know exactly where we're going, and we're going with total assignment commitment to attack our aiming points, attack our targets. And then, that will ultimately allow us to play fast, play physical, have the play style that we want. But we want to make everything as cut and dry, black and white for the offensive line so that they really can fire off and have, like I said, the term we use is assignment commitment to what they're doing.
The second part about.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but if you are going to, they're talking about help, but they get help that maybe previously they didn't get. And does that, they're talking about inside help, but obviously at some point.
Yeah, I think I understand your question now. I think one of the things that's unique about the offensive line is they are all working in conjunction with one another with the tight ends. So I think a lot of it is the time they spend with one another. It's a tight-knit group. The unit, there's a lot of times where, they may be working drills with one another, maybe different than a receiver who's running an individual route versus air. There's so much offensive lineman playing in conjunction with another offensive lineman or with a tight end, or how the backs, track fits into certain things. So yeah, I think all those things lend itself to your original question, where it's, it does feel, I think, to them that, hey, it's a friendly system where I have help because I'm working with my, with my running mate here, whether it be the tight end, running back, or offensive lineman.
Sean, how do you spend your time on the practice field and in meeting rooms? Obviously, your background is a quarterback, so do you have to be intentional about moving around with the other position groups, or do you lean on your expertise and find yourself with the quarterbacks?
Yeah, no, I definitely have to be intentional. I'd say it's a blend of all those things. Some of it has to do with the special teams time. The quarterbacks aren't in the special teams meeting, so I can always kind of steal some time in the QB room there. The offensive line, unless we're using field goal block, they typically, You get a little bit extra meeting time to spend with them there. But yeah, that's been one of the adjustments for me. In this role is one, you're addressing the unit every day, and that's been great, having all of our unit meetings where the whole unit's in there together. I think that's so critical. But then, also, spending time with every group. That's been a lot of fun, honestly. It's been great to get to lean into the fundamentals of all the different positions.
With Jalen, learnings through that, I hadn't thought about it that way from that position group's perspective.
No, I think the biggest thing is, just you get questions from a different perspective. And so again, I think that part's fun to get to talk about the details of combination blocks up front with the guys, and obviously, Coop and Ryan, they're in the meeting rooms all the time as a position coach answering those questions. But, when I'm in and out of all the different kind of units, that part's been a lot of fun.
When you were with Jalen the other day, he said as much as he's trying to learn from you, he's also trying to be of service to you, given his experience. How have you leaned on him throughout the install process and as you build this offense?
Oh yeah, it's been a constant, back and forth, and Jalen's had a ton of success in this league, and has played in a lot of games. So I always want to know the things that he feels comfortable with. If there's something that maybe we need to detail up further for him, because there's so many things that you love to dive into really the nitty gritty of a play and help him just with total mastery. And I think a lot of it is for me as a play caller, getting a feel for what are his comfort calls, what are the things that on a second and long that he feels super confident in. So it's been a great partnership with Jalen since we got here. The back and forth's been outstanding. He asked really thought-provoking questions, and it's been a lot of fun to work with him.
John, have you spent much time studying other teams that transition to this type of offense, and what did you find in terms of how to get a system up and running as quickly as possible?
Yeah, we study tons of teams around the league. That's the fun of the offseason. Before these players are in here, obviously we're implementing our offensive system, building our offense. But you're always looking around the league. You're always looking in college and finding new ideas from everywhere. And I think that's one of the fun parts about our staff. We have people who have familiar backgrounds. We have people from different backgrounds. And so ultimately it's about how do we make this offense, the Eagles offense, the best that it can be. And so, it's always evolving, and you're always looking to improve it. You're always saying, is there a new element that we can add that can really help us? So you look everywhere for those things. We're still working through all of that. I know we have some simulated games here at practice where I'll get to get a feel for both of them. But I think either way, it's going to be a good experience. There's certainly that's something we've already charted out a couple of days to kind of work through both of those options.
With Tanner and Andy as a splitting backups, does your experience help in that approach when you try to get guys as many reps as possible?
Yeah, I think it does. I think if nothing else, I've been in their shoes, and I know, hey, it's important to try to get these guys into a rhythm at practice and get them comfortable, and they've both done a great job. It's a very exciting group, top to bottom. All four of those guys are fun to work with, and ultimately, we want to get as many chances to get them all of them on the field and get as many reps as possible each day.
Thanks.
Websites.
All right, so depending upon what's happening, you might or might not end the stream, but we'll just see. Let's see. Play today, 10:08. 9. We're gonna end this. And then I promise y'all, we won't spend too much time on piano, but I promise y'all moving forward, we're going to get back to watch. We're going to literally binge watch a whole, what's the name? We're going to binge watch a bunch of Eagles stuff. So, did they replace Ryan Clark with Jason? The face on the Chicks Move video is crazy as hell, the thumbnail. But yeah, anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow, and then tomorrow piano and binge watching the whole time. Out of curiosity, real quick, let me just look at this real quick.
If I tell you guys what I've heard about Bad Bunny's business, number one, A1, but like he moves with the ultimate leverage and always had, because the labels have nothing they could leverage over Bad Bunny as opposed to Drake, as opposed to Weeknd, or even Taylor Swift. They've never owned anything of Bad Bunny. The record labels are not looking at Bad Bunny like, oh, we own your first 3 albums, so, you know, we could leverage those over time. They own nothing. So what he does is that he doesn't need that big ballooned deal of like $600 million. He would drop an album, they give him 80 million, 90 million, whatever it is, and he just keeps going rather than having a full deal. It gives him the most flexibility. He's doing shorter deals rather than doing the, yo, we're going to do this for 4 years, give me $1 billion, right? But when you add up the money, it's going to still be the same thing. If I tell you guys what I've heard.
Yeah, so I just wanted to watch that real quick. I see y'all tomorrow, and then tomorrow piano, and I'm binge watching Joey Shakes the whole time. So that's the next step we're going to be on, all right? So I'm out of here. Peace!